Salvete omnes. I'm back with some more Latin because I got cut out in my other video, and to be honest, it's so much work to record these, so I'm just going to put them side by side. Listen to this one, listen to this one. Anyways, I left off reading from midway in between Masada 1 and Masada 2. So I still want you to read all of Masada 1 and do the work associated with it, but I'm just picking out this very specific part around lines 20 to 25 of Masada Part 1, because the speaker here is really emphasizing the horror, this awful, awful thing that the Romans did to the Jewish people, to their important monument and temple, and just how sacrilegious it was and how devastating it was for their people. So I just wanted to read this, give some emphasis to that, and so we can sympathize with them a little bit, right? So I'm starting at line 20 again. Nos Judei contra Romanos tres annos pugnare cogebamur. Anno quarto iste Beelzebub Titus orbem Hierosolimam epugnavit. Numquam ego spectaculum terribilius vidi. Ubique aedificia flammis consumebantur. Ubique viri feminae liberi occidebantur. Templum ipsum adibus diripiebatur. Tota orbs ibatur. It's just really sad. Anyways, you can kind of think about this. I think the sack of Jerusalem was a byword in the ancient world for a dreadful, awful devastation. We've seen devastation before in the Cambridge Latin course, especially when we think about the Celtic people. We think about Boudica. We think about the Battle of Actium and the burning of the Library of Alexandria. I honestly think this right here could arguably be the dreadful. Some modern parallels that you can think of is like Dresden or Hiroshima. So maybe you have some other modern parallels after you read the story you can maybe reflect on. Experienced, suicide in your family, or that's the trigger warning is suicide. If you seriously, I'll give you a different assignment. Essentially, what I'm trying to say here is that if this is too difficult, I get it. This is a very heavy and serious story. So just send me an email, okay? In the afternoon session today, I would like to compare the women's view of Titus to what the Roman people think of Titus with you guys. So really take some time and read that, and what they think of it. So all right, you guys have a reading comprehension for this story, and I have one more note that you guys about it. So share screen for a second, and I'm going to go to the picture. All right, so if we take a look at this picture, yesterday we looked at some different pictures of Masada. But here we see what it would look like from the bottom. So we saw aerial pictures yesterday in our culture reading, but illustration, we see Masada from the west, and we see the ramp and the distance between the base and the summit is the shortest along here. So that's why the Romans built this ramp up. And this is the earthen ramp was kept in place by wooden scaffolding, so it was very well supported. And apparently, I looked this up, you can see the tips of the wooden scaffold protruding out of the earth. I don't know if you could really see it in this picture. Maybe we can see it in our aerial pictures. Maybe we could see it. This is an artist's impression of when Herod the ramp would be eventually. So we see it's definitely the less steep side. There's one of the camps nearby. Here's the ramp on another view. So it says that you can see some of the wooden scaffolding. I don't really see it in this picture. Maybe we just got to find a better picture. But anyways, okay, final note before you guys are released into this story. The name Masada is a Hebrew word, or it comes from a kind of Romanization of the Hebrew word Metsuda, M-E-T-S-U-D-A, Metsuda. And Metsuda is Hebrew for stronghold. Herod, and we see, the remnants of his palace. Let's go back to the other one. So King Herod came here and sought refuge here during the civil war in Jerusalem. And when he became the king of Judea, he built these massive fortifications, palaces, storehouses, towers, and these were to protect him and his court in case of a protracted siege. So like, honestly, we see this a lot of times whenever we look at palaces, especially in the Greek and Roman world, they're on top of a hill, they're on a high outcropping, and this is for protection. And he built extra protection for this site. So, okay, you are released into the story. You guys are going to be reading, let me just pull it up on here. You go to your classwork, reading Masada 1. It's a reading comp form that I know one of you guys have already done it. I know the reading comp using Google Forms is a little bit boring. I'm going to have some more interesting reading comp things as the time comes. It's just that for now, as we're getting warmed into online learning, starting small, we'll expand and do more fun things. So, okay, read Masada. Let me know what you think this afternoon at our 3 o'clock session. Okay, Wale.